Hi everyone, slightly different coin hunt this time. I mentioned a few of the other videos I would buy some hammered coins as a job lot on eBay. We'll have a hunt through, we'll see what we can pull out. I'm no expert on hammered coins, but I know a couple of the different monarchs, I can recognise a few. I'll try and let you know who they are. If not, I'll put up at the end who some of these monarchs are and try and ID some of the coins. But I thought something a bit different, a little bit of fun in this small job lot. I've noticed straight away we've got this, which is not a coin. That is definitely a button. So we'll put that to the side because that is certainly not classed as a coin. But let's have a little look through. Start with this one. 16, I can see a date there, 1603 maybe, possibly. Quite difficult. We've got a V and a 1. I think from the date, I would say it's likely that is a James the First. And it's a relatively big coin, so I'll possibly guess at that one at either a sixpence, possibly, or a groat. But yeah, James the First, I would assume from the date and from the look of it. So that's a nice find. Who's this one here? So that's very battered, but you can see the little waves around it. There's no date on that one, so I'm unsure who that one would be. I'd guess it might be one of the Henrys possibly, but it's a little bit battered. That isn't a hammer coin, that's a milled coin. That looks like a William. William III. It's quite big, so a shilling maybe? Or a shilling cut in half. Quite unusual for these to be cut in half because milled coins you don't tend to see when they've been cut like hammered coins do. But yeah, I think that's William. William III. Ooh, that's a tricky one. I don't think we're going to get much off that at all, to be honest. I can't tell. Looks like there is a shield on the back, possibly, so I don't know. I'd hazard a guess that it was probably around Elizabeth time, something like that, but that's a tricky one. Put that in the not so good pile. Ooh, that's an interesting one. So we've got like a long cross on that one, but almost with other crosses around it. Who we got there? Is that the right way? It's tricky to see. It looks like they're holding a staff of some sort. So I don't know that one. That's not one I've come up before, seen before. So it looks like fleur de lis on the back, in between the cross. You can just make out a face there, a little crown. Unusual one. Might have to do a bit of research on that one. So we'll put that for our research pile. So this is ID'd pile, research pile, and this is not very good, unidentifiable or nothing. Again, that looks like another difficult one to ID. We've seen a shield there, but can't make anything out on there at all. I'll scrap rubbish pile. Similar again. You can see an eye there, so I'd probably guess that that was another James, potentially. You can see the harp as well, so possibly a James the First. This little one. Shield on the back. Turn it round. There's our crown. I'd possibly say that might be an Elizabeth. From the look of it. You haven't got a date. It's quite worn. But yeah, I'd guess an Elizabeth, maybe a 3 halfpence possibly, that size. Oh, we've got a Roman coin there. Little Roman denarius. Help me out with IDs. I have no idea when it comes to Roman coins, but that's quite a clear face, so we could probably get a good ID on that. Put that in our 2ID file. That again, that's not a hammered coin, but it's been put in this job lot. Clearly tell who that is. There's our George. And it is a Maundy penny from 1725, the Maundy penny. It's got a hole in it, so somebody's obviously had it as a pendant of some sort. A lot of people, because these tended to be given out on Maundy Sunday, is it? Yeah, on the Maundy day anyway. The king would give them out, and you'd get a set of 1, 2, 3, and 4 pences. Nice little silver Maundy penny. Oh, who's that? That looks like a Henry VIII to me. He's quite recognisable, isn't he? With his big beard and his chubby face. I think that's definitely got to be a Henry VIII. Very worn on the back. Just make out a shield. There. Yeah, that looks like a Henry VIII. Fantastic. There's Henry. Size-wise, I don't know if that's a penny. It looks quite small. Might be a half penny or half groat maybe. Do a bit of research on the size, but that is clearly Henry VIII. It's a strange one. 2 heads on it. Doesn't look... I don't know if it's hammered or... It looks milled to me because the reeded edge. But I really don't recognise that one. Strange, like angel on the back. Wonder who that could be. Don't recognise the king either. And there's a king and a queen, unless it's a continental one. That's one in for the research pile. Got a tiny little farthing here. That looks like an Edward. Yeah, Edward. Probably Edward the First, possibly. Edward the First, second and third coins. I always find them quite hard to tell the difference. They look very similar, but that's certainly an Edward, and it's certainly a farthing at that size. That's that one. That's nothing again. Almost looks like it might have been a love token, that one, possibly. Yeah, looks like it. So I'd guess that's probably a William III sixpence that's been made into a love token. Oh, that I think is probably a Scottish coin. I think they're Scottish, with the triangle shape on them. And tricky to see on that one who that is. I'd guess it's probably an Edward, maybe. Can't make out any of the writing on it. Is that Edward there? Edward? Yeah, possibly. I'd say Edward. Scottish. Is it a Turner, do they call them? This one's very, very battered. Not great at all. Don't think we're going to get an idea on that one. Similar with that one. Ooh. It's part of a shield, so that could be... I don't know. Could be Elizabeth. Could be James, but it's very scrappy. I don't know if we'll get an idea on that. Tiny fragments. Little cut quarter. Possibly an Edward. That one's too small. I don't think we'll get any idea off. That one again. Looks like it might be an Edward. It's really tiny, that one. Might be part of a farthing even. Quarter farthing. Again, I think that is an Edward. Not showing up great on the camera. That, again, I think Edward the First penny. Quite worn, but not bad coin. Don't know on that one. Oops, lost it now. There it is. Trying to get you to focus in, camera. Come on. No, don't think we're going to get an idea on that. It's very tricky. Some of these are not great condition, as expected from any job lot. That, I think, is another Edward penny. Yeah, that's an Edward First penny. Similar again, very, very worn, but From the look of the back, again, I'd probably say Edward penny. Oh, see, that's an interesting one. You've got almost like a pattern in the middle of the cross with the pellets around. Nothing on the back, so that would be a hard one to ID. Tiny little farthing here. Nice detail. A bit battered, possibly. I don't know. I'd probably guess at another Edward. From the look of it, very small, very tiny little farthing. Nope, completely blank on that one. It's almost a touch piece, probably, looking at it again, probably another William III love token. It's been rubbed clean and then has been bent into an S shape. Nope. Cut half. Very worn. Again, we can just make out part of a shield on this one. But it's very misshapen, very battered. And on that side, we've got almost nothing, to be honest. So I don't think we'll ever find an ID on that piece. Last three in this job lot. That's almost the middle of the coin from the look of it. That's our cross. But again, very little to go on. You almost make out a crown there, but no, I couldn't even hazard a guess at that. Oh, hang on. Is it that way? No, very tricky. Give up on that one. This one looks like another Edward the penny. Probably the most common of all hammered, to be honest. It's the ones I find the most when I go metal detecting. But a lot of them were minted. This one, though, is a strange texture. And I wonder if it's either been very battered in the ground when it was found, or it might be a contemporary forgery of some sort. Doesn't look quite right. It doesn't feel silver like the others do. This one almost feels like it's slightly different material. So either a lower grade, it looks like an Edward I though, but I think that one may have been a contemporary forgery of some sort, or it's been in a fire and it's changed the metallic properties in some way. It just didn't feel quite right, that one. This one's very battered. Looks like a little farthing, or maybe a half groat. It's a little bit clipped, but again, very battered. Okay, so we've got a couple here to have a little look at. Our Roman to explore, this strange one as well. Put something in the comments if you can ID them as well, if I don't manage to. But yeah, interesting coin that. A man and a woman facing each other with, like, I don't know, looks like sunlight above them. And then on the other side, an angel holding some branches. And is that a dove flying out of them? Is that meant to be a dove? I'm not sure. But yeah, milled coin of some sort, but possibly an early milled one. A lot of detail on there. This one is an interesting one as well. I think that's certainly one to do a bit more research on. I don't think it's a British coin, or if it is, I don't know. I've not really seen one like that before, so I'd assume it's possibly a continental coin of some sort. Almost a king holding a sword or a staff, and then wearing sort of a cloak of some sort. This one, I always forget who these are. I think it might be one of the Henrys, possibly. But we'll have a little look into that one. But I think our star find of the day has to be our little Henry VIII, to be honest. That really does look like a Henry. It's not my eyes. You can definitely see Henry's beard. He's unmistakable there. So I think that's the find of the day, to be honest. This job lot, so I bought this on eBay as a bit of a hunt through. And you can see there, I think I paid £100, £105, something like that in total. But we've got a Henry VIII, we've got a Roman, we've got this one, which I'm unsure, some kind of continental coin. We've got a couple of nice coins mixed in there. So from my perspective, finding a Henry VIII was well worth it. That'll definitely go into the collection. These scrap ones, really, I will probably resell them on. These I'm going to do some ID on, and these ones will go into my collection. Now, I bought all of these on eBay. They were from individuals that have recorded their finds, so they have been shown to field liaison officers, archaeologists, so would have been recorded if they were found in fields in Britain, so we can track the history and we know where they've been, where they've come from, and also who found them. Hope you like this type of video. I'll try and make a couple more, just something a little bit different, learning a bit about the history of English coinage, British coinage. Let me know if you enjoy these types of videos and I can make some more. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.